Weird to people when they hear this, but when I'm really in need, like if I need the answer, I need clarity.
BBC News. A new study has found that 1 in 8 of the world's population are now classed as obese. That is more than 1 billion.
Americans are not winning their battle against obesity.
Britain is too fat and is getting fatter, and doing nothing is not an option. Children should be offered weight loss surgery, although current guidelines rule it out for anyone under 16. He says radical measures are needed if we are to start saving lives. Our science correspondent, Asha Tanna, has the
5 years I have been doing intermittent fasting. What happens is I work out very, very early in the morning, but then I don't eat. My first meal is at 2 p.m.
The body keeps saying, I'm still hungry. And you eat some more, and I'm still hungry. You eat some more, and I'm still hungry. And you begin to buy these larger dresses without realizing that your body is talking to you. It is telling us you are hungry. But we interpret hunger with eating a lot to quench it. No, hunger only says that you are starving for the food that is natural. And in proportion, you could eat 5 pounds of food, never receiving any nourishment. But if you eat 2 ounces of something natural, you will feel the energy immediately. Why? Because it will assimilate. Assimilation means it's going to go and digest with you, become one with you.
Fasting has been done for centuries all through Europe and has been well known to be a trigger to bring about healing processes in the body.
Religions have been touting the benefits of fasting for your soul for millennia, right? Yeah. But doctors actually for about 100 years have known that it was good for mental health, it was good for weight loss, it was good if you're diabetic.
Did you know that obesity rates have doubled among women and tripled among men in the last 30 years? More people than ever before are struggling to control their weight. But what most people don't know is that the answer has always been hidden in plain sight. It's fasting. Yes, fasting. Fasting has been done for hundreds of years, and it's making a comeback in the modern world, quickly becoming one of the top hacks for losing weight. But can fasting really help you shed those stubborn pounds? Let's see. Do you find yourself wondering how your blood pressure keeps hitting new heights? Or perhaps you find yourself always sniffling and itching thanks to those pesky allergies. Maybe in your case, you just want to cut down the pounds or get relief from all the symptoms of menopause. If you find yourself identifying with any of these states, then how about giving fasting a try? Fasting has always been part of human history. It goes back so far that you can even consider it embedded in our DNA. You can consider fasting as giving the body a well-deserved spring cleaning. Fasting enables autophagy and triggers the body's detox system, which rejuvenates the body and can even slow down the aging process. This is the closest thing humanity has to a fountain of youth or an anti-aging potion.
The benefits of fasting, as we see while we sleep, with fasting, the body's doing its repair work. And the body can do building work. Construction is while you're sleeping. Everything else has to cease. And then also once you're grown, once you're built, you do want to fast once a week. Because you want to give the digestive system a rest so that the body can focus on eliminating. So fasting gets you to burn up toxins, it gets you to burn up waste, it gets you to burn up fat, it gets you to burn up on the unnecessary stuff that you have stored up in your system. So it's the best way to starve a disease. It's the best way to starve a cold. Fast.
It can be confusing trying to understand what fasting is with so many variations on the internet. So for those trying to understand what fasting is,
What it is and the effect that it has on just coming out today that is revealing that fasting is doing far more than most people thought. Fasting basically in the dictionary says absence of food. So what happens when we don't fast? And the fact is that we can go periods of time without eating because we've got these backups. We've got our glycogen stores already in our muscle cell. We've got our fat stores. So we can go periods without eating because there are stores in the background.
even though it's making a comeback now and seems like the latest health fad, fasting is an age-old and time-honored practice. In addition to all the health benefits it provides, it also teaches the self-control to say no to food or yes to less food when you choose to fast, either for health, ethical, or religious reasons. But fasting doesn't always have to mean total abstinence from food. It can also be a light diet on the pause that is done for a few hours or several days, either regularly or occasionally. Ancient healers and religious leaders realized and took advantage of the benefits of fasting, and it has persisted as a practice and become widespread to the present day. But you may still have some doubts. You may be asking yourself, can skipping meals help me lose weight and become healthier? With fasting, you can achieve your weight goals with no menu dilemmas, culinary troubles, or calorie tracking. All you have to do is just say no to some meals. And to answer your question, yes, fasting brings results. Just take a look at Beyonce.
Beyonce, I heard you lost 20 pounds.
I did.
We all want to know, what did you do?
Beyonce wanted to lose weight for her role in Dreamgirls, and she was able to drop an astonishing 20 pounds by fasting and crafting a zesty cocktail made with syrup, lemon juice, and a dash of cayenne pepper. But hey, that's Beyonce. How about us? I still have some questions. One, is fasting the highway to lose weight, or is it just an exercise in self-control?
Fast for 16 or longer hours, your insulin level, which may be running chronically high, starts to return back to low normal. And one of the biggest benefits of this is that you start to burn fat. And so if you're having any trouble burning fat, we all say we want to lose weight, but what we really want to lose fat. When you get your insulin level back down to low normal, that's when it becomes much less difficult to actually burn stubborn belly fat. You know that fat that you've done thousands of sit-ups and crunches, and that fat just won't go away? Intermittent fasting preferentially burns the fat in the middle. If you've got any fat stored in your liver or in your pancreas, this can give you that beer belly, that hard belly that it doesn't seem like there's much fat on the outside, but you can't suck it in. That's fat inside your abdomen. It's actually the most dangerous kind of fat that you can carry. And when you intermittent fast on a daily basis, your body uses all these other things that I've already talked about as an opportunity to burn and get rid of that fat inside your belly. So if you want to get rid of that beer belly and you've done all the sit-ups and crunches in the world and it ain't going nowhere, intermittent fasting is your new best friend.
2. If I lose significant weight when I fast, will I have to worry about extra folds of skin? And what happens to my hormones as well?
You want to make sure to hydrate really well. That's the most important part. Loose skin is caused by cellular dehydration. And you want to make sure that when you're eating, you're not eating dehydrating foods. So lean more into your high water content fruits and vegetables, bell peppers, zucchini, squash, apples, oranges, things of that nature. I would recommend, if you're going to do Google search, you want to be looking for stuff that is 75% water content or greater. The higher, closer to 90 is better. Closer to 75, you still want to kind of be a little less on. So now, as far as the hormonal imbalance, any hormonal imbalance that's caused by fasting over that duration of time, it will self-correct. Remember, the body is a self-healing mechanism. It balances hormones, it balances blood pressure, cholesterol, it's self-regulating. The only reason why we see disturbances is because we are out of alignment with nature. So when you start fasting, you start detoxing, all of the contamination that's been trapped in your fat cells, it will be released into your system and it will disrupt what you feel is normal. But after a time of being consistent with the process, eating well, your body will flush it out and you'll essentially normalize, which will be different from your old norm, which is a good thing.
3. Does fighting actually make your body healthier? Can it help control high blood pressure or fight off heart disease? Or are we just punishing ourselves?
Cardiologist, you're very proactive about promoting the benefits of fasting with your patients and I guess across society as a whole. So right at the start of this conversation, I wonder if you could outline what are the key benefits of fasting that you have seen in your patients?
Traumatic. I've been a cardiologist for 30 years and I've tried everything. But when I tried fasting, I started seeing changes. People began to lose weight. People's blood pressures came down. Diabetes got reversed. The progression of coronary artery disease went down. You see, I had the benefit of seeing patients from day one. So I saw that They were having a second angioplasty, another heart attack in 2 years, 5 years. I saw the numbers going down on those whom I was able to get them to lose weight through a fasting program. And I tried lots of diet programs. They didn't seem to work, but fasting did. So, decreased blood pressure, decreased diabetes, rehospitalization, LV function seemed to stay good, which means that heart muscle function continued to do well. Patients mentally also seemed to be doing better. So fasting gave me not just this benefit, but a lot more.
4. Does fasting improve lifespan? And will we all grow old, strong, healthy, and active if we fast regularly?
Starting my 77-day fast. So realistically, September, October, November, December, this fast should be ready by the 1st of January. I should be well off of this fast at that time. So I'm going into next year ready for it, my 77th year on the planet. So the whole plan is that for every year that I live, I add another day of fasting. So for every year that I live, I eat 1 day.
But now, and perhaps the biggest question of all, is fasting really healthy? Or is this another trending health fad that will fade with time? Recent information from the American Heart Association is helping to show how much of a treasure trove fasting can be when it comes to health benefits. Did you know that people who engage in regular fasting have a 45% lower mortality rate compared to others who don't? Who would have thought that simply skipping a meal could postpone your date with the Grim Reaper? But what else does fasting do to the body? Well, you'd be surprised to see how many parts of your body are affected when you choose to fast. Let's start with the heart. Fasting has a positive effect on the heart and helps it maintain a decreased resting rate. Blood pressure also drops. It's like your cardiovascular system just got an upgrade and everything just starts running smoother. Bad cholesterol goes down, insulin levels reduce, and its sensitivity increases. Fasting also flips the switch on metabolism and fat burning and kicks it into high gear. By putting your body in a state called ketosis, fasting enables your body to handle stress and sugar better. But it gets even better. Fasting might slow down aging and keep hypertension, diabetes, thyroid issues, and heart disease at bay. It also improves your joint health and can have a positive effect on your body image. It's almost mind-blowing to realize that all these benefits can be gotten just by choosing to skip some meals. But what type of fasting works for you? Here's your guide to the most popular types. Intermittent fasting. This is mainly a stop, eat, stop kind of routine.
Intermittent fasting is when you create a window of time where you're not actually eating. I may stop eating at 7 and then I may not eat again until 10 a.m. the next day, which will give me like a 15-hour window where I'm not eating. That gives the gut digestive rest, and when the gut is able to rest, the good thing about that is when we rest, we repair, we heal. So intermittent fasting can be very helpful.
16/8 method. With this method, you have an 8-hour window to get all your eating done, and then it's fasting till you get to the window again. Overnight fasting. This is also known as the lazy fast. You get to eat from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then call it a day. There's also the circadian rhythm fasting. The goal here is to sync your eating with your body clock, and it is quite different from this next one. The alternate day fasting. You may have guessed what this method implies. Eat today and fast tomorrow. It may seem a bit difficult, but think of all the benefits. There's religious fasting, which most people do in line with their faiths or spiritual beliefs. Each faith has different guidelines for its fast, and this is for those with that higher calling. We also have the water fast, which means you take only water even when your stomach demands food. You can do this for 24 or 48 hours, or you can push it to the extreme with a 5-day water fast. Each type of fasting has its quirks, so pick the one that works for you and enjoy the adventure with all the benefits it brings. What type of fasting do you look forward to trying out the most? Let us know in the comments.